mains and Yasuo mains alike. I am the Nightwing, Way of Life Esports, coming at you guys with another League of Legends video. So, today 100 Thieves announces that they are parting ways with Aphromoo. Now, as you guys all know from around the 2018 League of Legends year, if you were following the North American scene, you know that 100 Thieves had some internal issues with Prawley, Meteos, Cody Sun, and Aphromoo. Obviously, you know that Cody Sun and Aphromoo cannot play together. It's very publicly known after that Hotline League episode during, last year. So when they announced that Stunt would be starting over Aphromoo and that Cody Sun will be coming back, it was almost a foregone conclusion that Aphromoo would obviously be leaving the team. And today, the team has said goodbye to one of its original players. 100 Thieves has officially said goodbye to Aphromoo. They announced today. And then obviously, Aphromoo said, "These past 2 years have been filled with memories we'll never forget." The team wrote, "Thank you for being one of the first pro players to take a chance on 100 Thieves when we were a brand new team. We wish you nothing but the best moving forward." And then they obviously put out, "Thank you, Aphromoo." And then obviously, Aphromoo joined 100 Thieves in 2017 as one of its original starting five and led the roster to an explosive start in the spring. The team's performance dropped off as the year progressed. However, the roster encountered chemistry issues with jungler Meteos, reportedly asking to leave the team later in the spring split as a result. Since the start of the offseason, 100 Thieves transferred a former AD carry world champion Bang to Evil Geniuses and have welcomed Meteos back into the lineup and as starting its jungler ahead of the 2020 season. Additionally, 100 Thieves will reportedly start support Stunt and will welcome back its former AD carry Cody Sun, according to Dignitas. So this is a pretty interesting move. I don't exactly know where he would go personally, and that's really, really interesting, is that Aphromoo could not have a team next year. I don't know what team he would go to other than Dignitas. And I'm not saying that Dignitas would be a bad team for him. It just depends on which teammates he'll actually have, because if you look at every single team, don't they have a support already? TSM have Biofrost, Cloud9 have Vulcan, TL have Core JJ, CLG have Smoothie, Immortals have Hakuo, Golden Guardians have Keith, and then who else is there? 100 Thieves has Stunt, Evil Geniuses have Zazel. Who else is in the league? I'm forgetting somebody. Oh my gosh, guys, help me out, please. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out that team. I'll get him. FlyQuest have Ignar. So the only other team he could go to is Dignitas, and that also pegs another question that the community has been asking about. What about Damonte? But I'll have to talk about that in a possible separate video when that gets obviously, announced to be maybe he's part of a team or maybe he's part of an academy team, because we'll have to see Dignitas's roster, and Damonte, the only team he could play for is 100 Thieves, as they might need a mid laner, or you have Afro going to Dignitas, because I don't understand what else team he could be part of. Everybody pretty much has a support other than them. And you also got to factor in, if he doesn't play for Dignitas, he has to play for Academy. Or maybe he chooses to retire, because he's been playing for so long. He's been playing pretty much since Season 2. He was on that original CLG lineup with Chowster and Double Lift and Monte Cristo as a coach. Man, it's been a long time since then, man. So, yeah, I wish him all the best. He's one of the he's literally the only black guy in the LCS, and he's a pretty big inspiration to, a lot of, African-American males who probably play League and don't feel like they can be a pro. He's obviously someone that should be looked up to in that sense as a role model, because he is the only black guy here. But, let's be completely honest here. He's obviously not been playing as good as he once was. He obviously was on a severe decline in 2018, as well most of the 100 Thieves roster was. But I think that moving forward, it's going to be really interesting to see where he actually goes, or if he chooses to stream for a split, or if he chooses to obviously, pick Dignitas, because the reason why I'm saying Dignitas is because that's the only team without a support yet, or a team has not officially confirmed who's going to be their starting support. There could obviously be a tryout situation, but Afro potentially not having a team is pretty interesting, actually. Travis Gadford talked about this earlier. Phoenix to Dignitas is off. If you guys don't remember who Phoenix was, Phoenix played for Echo Fox. Dignitas's new mid will most likely be Froggen. DeMonte most likely going to Academy. So that's pretty interesting. Is that Dignitas's new mid laner could be Froggen, and that's where Aphromoo could slide in there, because he's obviously not an import. He does not take up an import slot. Froggen and Huni would be the import slots. I think that if Dignitas had Froggen, that would obviously be a pretty good team. Like, you think about that, you go Froggen and Huni, Aphromoo. That's a pretty good core to build around, I think, but Dignitas still need the ADC, which could be sneaky. If Dignitas picks Sneaky and Aphromoo as a bot lane, that'd be pretty good in terms of branding. Now you have Huni, Froggen, Sneaky, and Aphromoo on one team. That'd be a lot of good branding right there, because we know Dignitas's brand is kind of whack. Like, I'm being completely honest here. I don't really like their content, and this is coming from a content creator like myself. I don't really like it personally. I think that most of their content is whack, outside of just some of their League of Legends stuff. But that's all I'm thinking about for this situation, is that if Froggen is on Dignitas, that's actually going to be a pretty decent team, because you have Huni, Froggen, and potentially, maybe, I'm just spitballing here, Sneaky and Afro if they don't have a team to choose from. And then all you would need is basically an NA jungler. And, finding a decent NA jungler in Academy wouldn't be that bad, actually. Or, hey, they were in scouting grounds. They could have potentially picked up a jungler. So there's a lot of options that Dignitas also, has. But this also wouldn't be a case, because a lot of people thought that Huni was going to be role swapping to mid lane. But if Travis, a pretty credible source, says Froggen is most likely going to be on Dignitas, this could be a pretty well-received fan favorite team. You just think about it. If they have Huni, Froggen, Sneaky, and Aphromoo, that is going to be a fan favorite team. Whether or not they finish in, first in LCS or get a championship means nothing. That's going to be a fan favorite team. So, yeah, I think for my boy Sneaky, if he wants to get a team, and for my boy Aphromoo, if you guys want to get teams, you guys, Dignitas is like your only option. Like, I'm not saying that in terms of it being bad. I'm saying that because you guys want to play. That's your team right there, because every other team has most likely their academy team starting, already as a starting five, and most teams by now in the LCS have their roster set up pretty much outside of maybe a few more additions to go through. So that's the bulk of the best of a situation. Oh God, that was horrible. That's the best of a worst case scenario. Official statement or announcement. TheShy said he is currently under contract with IG and he is not willing to transfer. So a lot of people kept saying that TheShy was, a free agent, and IG is very aware that a lot of people are asking to buy out Shy's contract, and IG obviously have said Shy is under the contract with IG and he is not willing to transfer. So we know that a lot of people who play League of Legends are pretty much guys that don't really like to overall speak a lot. I think a lot of the Koreans are like that. You look at all the LCK content that, pops up when a lot of their games are taking a break, is that a lot of them appear to be very, very introverted. And looking at how TheShy interacts with people at Worlds when he's there, as the years I've seen him, or when I've seen him in the LPL, when I watch the LPL from time to time, is that he really doesn't talk too much. And, it's really good that IG took to this and actually released a statement, because he's probably like, okay, I don't really want to talk. Because people sometimes people are just introverted. They don't like talking, and that's the feeling that I got from him. When I seen him obviously play competitively. But because if he would do it himself, that says something. But it's fine, because this is more official. This would be like, hey guys, he probably gets a lot of direct messages. I'm telling you right now, it's like that girl that gets a lot of messages because she's really hot and a lot of guys apparently want to sleep with her. He's probably like that. A lot of coaches from a lot of different regions, NA, EU, LPL, are definitely hitting him up. He probably doesn't want to be hit up anymore. He's like, IG, please release this. Please have people stop talking to me. I am staying with you guys. You are paying me literal buttloads of cash. You know, at that point, it's why not stay with IG? To be fair, he's literally outside of Rookie and TheShy, they're the franchise players. So the IG keeping them is actually better for them as an org, because without Rookie or TheShy, IG will just go back to what the hell they were before with like Cacao and stuff. So yeah, hell no. Mystic from Team World Elite joins Afreeca Freecs. Yes, Mystic was from Team World Elite. If you're a Cloud9 fan, you remember Mystic from obviously Team World Elite taking down Cloud9 in that really great, grueling best of 5 that they played in the 2017 quarterfinals at the World Championship of that year. And Mystic has always been pretty, well, you know, well known for his Kog'Maw. He's been pretty well known as a really great ADC. He's always played on World Elite from what I remember. Actually, let me just look up Mystic and Leaguepedia, because I don't want to say the wrong thing. You know, Mystic League of Legends. League of Legends. Yeah, Mystic has always been on World Elite. Yeah, because he's been on a few other teams before. But, you know, outside of that, yeah, he's been on Gen Air Green Wings, essentially, when they were like a challenger team. Yeah, it's been pretty much World Elite for a bulk of his career. He's been on World Elite since 2014. It's been 5 years. So he needs a change, obviously. So, yeah, Afreeca Freecs now have Mystic, and that's a pretty good starting point. You have potentially UCal, Keen, and Mystic. That's a good core to start off with. So, Afreeca Freecs looking to really do a lot better than they did last year, and if they keep Dread, that's a pretty good team overall. I don't know if it's playoff material yet. We still have to figure out all the LCK rosters, which still haven't not been confirmed yet. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the league news right now. But the big news obviously comes from who's gonna play on Dignitas. If Aphromoo and Sneaky are there, I think that is a good move for Dignitas as a brand. I mean, you're already spending 2.3 million for Huni. You might as well bring in Aphromoo and Sneaky, because at that point, if you're trying to sell merch or anything in content that involves them, that's obviously going to be a good thing moving forward, because we know Sneaky could be a franchise player, we know Aphromoo could be a franchise player, we know Froggen could be a franchise player. These are good moves from them. Whether or not the roster will work remains to be seen. See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out.
Hi there, guys! Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah, thank you.